Hello people, welcome to Shifting Gears, and with me today I have the 2021 Mahindra XUV700. ये है इस गाड़ी का AX7 T वेरिएंट. दिस इज द डीजल मैनुअल वेरिएंट. महिंद्रा के इस नए XUV700 की कीमत शुरू होती है फ्रॉम ₹11.99 lakhs. This is a fantastic value proposition. This is a monocoque SUV with all-wheel drive, so it is going to be capable of the road. उसके लिए हमने एक अलग वीडियो अपलोड किया है where we highlight what this car can actually do and how it can perform when the situation is less than ideal. इस गाड़ी के एक्सटीरियर डिजाइन के लिए हमने एक अलग वीडियो अपलोड किया है. We have a separate video for the drive review. We have a separate video to highlight the safety and ADAS features which this car is bringing to the segment. इस वीडियो में हम फोकस करने वाले हैं ओनली अबाउट द इंटीरियर्स. व्हाट इज इट दैट यू गेट ऑन द इनसाइड, और क्या है वो फीचर्स जो बनाते हैं इस XUV700 को खास. Now this is a monocoque SUV. It is not a typical old school body on ladder construction. तो इस गाड़ी में चढ़ते समय और उतरते समय आपको ज़्यादा दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. अगर आपके फैमिली में बूढ़े बुजुर्ग लोग हैं उन्हें भी इस गाड़ी में चढ़ते समय ज़्यादा दिक्कत नहीं होगी. So check it out. I am 5 feet 8 inches in height, and when I have to get inside the cabin, it is not too much of a climb. I can very easily get inside this car, and at times when I have to step out, it is not difficult as well. Check it out again. If you have to look at my feet positioning, I don't have to, really struggle or hold somewhere else to get inside the cabin. So it is very easy. And what you can also do is just come up close to the car, sit on the seat, and then you can get inside. So if you think that it is still on the higher side, you can prefer this kind of a ingress option for yourself. एक और चीज जो इस गाड़ी की खास है, जब आप इस गाड़ी के अंदर आते हो या जब आप इस गाड़ी में से बाहर उतरने वाले होते हो, that when you open the door, the seat will be pushed back. When you are wanting to get inside the cabin, the seat will be pushed back so that you can get in the driver's seat very easily. इस गाड़ी में आपको इलेक्ट्रिक ड्राइवर सीट एडजस्टमेंट मिल रही है, and you can check it out. You have all those controls over here on the driver door pad, and it is very easy to operate. It looks very Mercedes-Benz like, and this range of motion that the seat offers when you are stepping in and stepping out, it just makes your ingress and egress that much easier. Now this is the key of the Mahindra XUV700, and you can check it out. You also have the new Twin Peaks logo on the key, so very nicely done, but the key is nothing really fancy as per modern day and age. It is a flip key, and this key fob can stay in your pocket all the time क्योंकि इस गाड़ी में आपको ट्रू कीलेस एंट्री मिल रही है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव द इंजन स्टार्ट स्टॉप बटन एज वेल. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द इंटीरियर कैबिन. जैसे ही आप इस XUV700 के अंदर आ जाते हो, यू विल नोटिस यू हैव अ ड्यूअल टोन थीम. There are actually multiple layers and multiple colors used inside this cabin, and it does look far more modern compared to the XUV500, and this is a revolutionary change on the inside. एक्सटीरियर डिपार्टमेंट में कुछ लोगों को ऐसे लग सकता है that the XUV700 still looks like an evolution of the XUV500. It might look like a facelift to some people because there are a few design details which have been carried over and have been evolved. लेकिन इंटीरियर डिपार्टमेंट में ये XUV700 पूरी तरीके से अलग है और पूरी तरीके से मॉडर्न है. सबसे पहले चेक इट आउट. यू गेट अ नाइस फ्लैट बॉटम स्टीयरिंग व्हील. स्टीयरिंग व्हील पे आपको लेदर रैप दिया गया है, एंड यू कैन नोटिस स्टीयरिंग व्हील पे आपको ये बटन्स दिए गए हैं विच कंट्रोल अ लॉट. सो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे जो आपको कंट्रोल्स मिल जाते हैं, दीज आर फॉर योर इंफोटेनमेंट, और राइट हैंड साइड पे जो आपको कंट्रोल्स दिए गए हैं, दीज आर फॉर योर MID. ये बटन्स जो हैं इसकी प्लास्टिक क्वालिटी जरूर बेहतर हो सकती थी. दे फील वेरी प्लास्टिकी, एंड यू हैव दिस ग्लॉस ब्लैक फिनिश फॉर दीज बटन्स. यू कैन नोटिस स्टीयरिंग व्हील पे भी आपको ये नया ट्विन पीक्स महिंद्रा लोगो दिया गया है. Sits proudly, and it has a 3D effect, so you can touch and feel it as well. It is not a flat piece. And then you will notice that this XUV700 gets a full digital speedometer cluster. ये cluster जो है इसमें आपको color display देखने मिलेगा, and the dials have been done up very nicely, and it is nice and crisp as well. अगर आप इस स्क्रीन को टच कर लेते हो, you will see that there is no distortion So Mahindra has worked really hard that this screen looks nice and premium to you, and I think they have done a decent job considering the price point of this car as well. यहाँ पे आप देख लीजिए स्टीयरिंग व्हील पे जो आपको बटन्स दिए गए हैं, इसका इस्तेमाल करके आप काफ़ी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे टॉगल कर सकते हो, and the information is very easy to read as well. The only thing is that responding to your inputs is a little on the slower side. इस गाड़ी में आपको मल्टीपल लेआउट्स भी मिल रहे हैं फॉर योर स्पीडोमीटर क्लस्टर, सो चेक इट आउट. दिस इज मिनिमल. यू कैन ऑल्सो स्विच टू नॉर्मल, and you also have this information display layout for this speedometer cluster. Very nicely done in my opinion. और सभी information जो यहाँ पे आपको देखने मिल रही है, it is very easy to read when you are driving this car. यहाँ पे आप देख लीजिए, you also have this DEF level indication because this car is making use of a BS6 compliant diesel motor. ये DEF fluid जो है इसे आपको टॉप अप करते रहना होगा so that this car complies with the strict emission norms. The speedometer cluster overall I think is good enough, and although there is some amount of reflection when you are driving it in daytime, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको बहुत ज्यादा gloss black panels नजर आ रहे हैं, even with those reflections the information is easy to read. But then if you are wearing some bright shirt, you will be able to see that over here on this display section as well. Then to the left hand side you can notice you have your touchscreen infotainment. The touch response is fantastic. You have navigation, and you also have Apple CarPlay with Android Auto over here for this XUV700. This infotainment screen is again very easy to use. You have Mahindra's EcoSense as well, and then you can notice this car also comes with connected car technology. So you have your SOS hotkeys positioned over here. You also have roadside assistance should you need it if there is any kind of an emergency. And also you can notice you will have other third-party applications integrated as well should you feel the need to use them. इस गाड़ी में आपको एक smart air filter भी मिलने वाला है. Then you are going to get drive modes which you can select from this infotainment, and check it out, you have multiple other apps over here, and this is going to keep you happy. And if your passenger is getting bored, he or she can play around with this infotainment system. Then check it out, यहाँ पे आपको दोनों ही एंड्स पे टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल्स दिख रहे हैं. टेम्परेचर का रीड आउट दिख रहा है क्योंकि इस गाड़ी में आपको ड्यूअल जोन क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल मिल रहा है. सो you can set a different temperature on the left hand side, you can set a different temperature on the right hand side, and both the front occupants can stay happy. 3 zone climate control नहीं है, dual zone ही है, लेकिन rear AC एक अलग independent unit है, उसे आप ये बटन प्रेस करके एक्टिवेट कर सकते हो. Check it out, these are your controls for your climate control. The buttons are okay, they do feel plasticky. The plastic quality could have definitely felt better, and although you get this knurled pattern over here, this aircon control unit, I think it could have been a lot more premium to touch. इसके नीचे आपको और भी buttons दिए गए हैं, so check it out. This button is for your drive modes. So once you press this on the infotainment, you can check it out. You have zip, zap, zoom and custom drive modes. अगर आप custom drive mode select करते हो, आपको configuration options मिल जाते हैं, and then you can set your engine to zip, zap, zoom. ब्रेक्स जो हैं इसमें आपको कोई ऑप्शन नहीं मिलता है. क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल के लिए आपको नॉर्मल, इकोनॉमी ये ऑप्शंस दिए गए हैं. स्टीयरिंग व्हील के लिए आपको जिप जैप जूम ऑप्शंस दिए गए हैं, एंड इन द थीम्स आल्सो यू हैव दैट जिप जैप जूम ऑप्शन. तो ये आप इंडिपेंडेंटली अपने प्रेफरेंस के हिसाब से ड्राइव मोड जो है उसे सेट करके रख सकते हो. आफ्टर दैट ऑन दिस पैनल यू विल आल्सो नोटिस यू हैव दिस कैमरा आइकॉन. सो वंस यू प्रेस दिस बटन, आपको इस गाड़ी का 360 डिग्री कैमरा फीड यहाँ पे इस प्राइमरी इंफोटेनमेंट में नजर आएगा. सो चेक इट आउट, you have multiple camera angles over here. This is the front camera right now, this is the rear camera, this is the left hand side view, this is the right hand side view, this is the rear top view, this is the front top view, and this is a 3-dimensional view of your XUV700. और इस तरीके से आप इस स्क्रीन को टॉगल भी कर सकते हो if you feel like. ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड आपको ये बर्ड्स आई व्यू डिस्प्ले भी पूरे टाइम नजर आते रहेगा. एंड इफ यू वांट यू कैन आल्सो टेक स्क्रीनशॉट्स प्रेसिंग दिस कैमरा बटन ओवर हियर. So this is quite unique. You don't see this in any car which is offering you a 360-degree camera support. But when you are driving this car, इस गाड़ी में आपको blind spot assistance भी मिल जाता है. So when you give your turn indicator input, यहाँ पे आपको कैमरा फीड नजर आती है in the instrument cluster. So if you give the left side turn indicator, left wing mirror के नीचे के कैमरा की फीड आपको यहाँ पे नजर आएगी. And when you give your right turn indicator, right side कैमरा की फीड जो है यहाँ पे आपको नजर आएगी. And this is going to help you drive the car safely if at all there is someone in that particular blind spot. So all of this is definitely going to ensure that you can drive this car safely and move it out of a tricky situation safely. Now look at the overall dashboard. यहाँ पे hard plastic. This is a leatherette panel over here, soft touch with this stitching effect. Looks nice, looks premium, and this runs all across the width of the dashboard. तो राइट हैंड साइड पे भी द राइट मोस्ट एसी वेंट के ऊपर भी आपको ये सॉफ्ट टच मटेरियल मिल रहा है. यू कैन नोटिस दैट एसी वेंट्स के पास आपको ये सैटिन क्रोम फिनिश मिल रही है. You have a plastic contrast housing as well, because of which it stands out. You have this silver finished applique on the dashboard as well. And because of all these layers inside the cabin on the dashboard, this XUV700 definitely looks premium, although a few elements could have been a little better in the touch and feel department. इस गाड़ी के साथ आपको engine start stop button यहाँ पे दिया गया है, very easy to reach. But this steering wheel, by the way, is only tilt adjustable. आपको telescopic adjustment नहीं मिलती है. आगे पीछे आप इस steering column को adjust नहीं कर पाओगे in this AX7 T variant. The next point to notice is that the glove box is nice and wide. आपको यहाँ पे एक additional storage space भी दी गई है. Then you have a wireless charging pad in front of your gear lever. Then you have two USB points over here. One is to connect to the car's infotainment. One is a USB charging point. And you also have another storage point over here, जहाँ पे आप अपना दूसरा स्मार्टफोन भी पोजीशन कर सकते हो. So you can have one phone on charge over here, and if you want to, charge your other phone using the USB, you still get that option. This is very thoughtful to keep your smartphones handy when you are going out on those long drives. Gear lever जो है यहाँ पे आप देख लीजिए, you get a leather wrap, and the reverse gear is engaged after lifting this lever over here and then pushing it all the way to the left hand side. यहाँ पे भी आपको leather wrap दिया गया है. इस सेंटर कंसोल, टनल कंसोल एरिया पे आपको ग्लॉस ब्लैक ट्रीटमेंट मिल रही है. एंड यू ऑल्सो हैव सैटिन क्रोम ओवर हियर टू ब्रेक द मोनोटनी. आप देख सकते हो गियर लीवर के बगल में आपको एक इलेक्ट्रिक पार्क ब्रेक दिया गया है. एंड यू ऑल्सो गेट ऑटो होल्ड फंक्शनैलिटी विद दिस XUV700. बिहाइंड दैट यू हैव this jog dial, this controller for your infotainment screen, and this is also going to make things easy when you are driving the car, ताकि आपको इस टच स्क्रीन का इस्तेमाल ना करना पड़े. This comes in very handy, and you can have your arm rested over here on this armrest and make these controls rather than reaching out to this really big screen over here. Although reaching out is not a problem, everything is very well laid out. Ergonomics के डिपार्टमेंट में आपको कोई भी प्रॉब्लम्स फील नहीं होने वाले हैं inside this XUV700. मैं सुबह 7 बजे से इस गाड़ी में बैठा हुआ हूँ. It is 1:30 in the afternoon and I have found no ergonomic flaw, at least, which has troubled me when I have spent my time with this car. Some other things to notice, you have two cup holders. ये जो armrest है इसे आप आगे पीछे slide भी कर सकते हो. And this storage space over here is cooled, by the way, so you can have your beverages chilled when you are going out on a long drive. And you also have this very small cubby hole जहाँ पे आप गाड़ी की की जो है उसे position कर सकते हो. And this armrest gets this leather upholstery, so you get a nice soft touch feeling when you are driving this car and you are resting your arm over here. अभी मेरी height है 5 feet 8 inches. Check this out. The driver seat is set to the lowest setting, and now I am going to take it all the way up. So you are getting electric seat adjustment, and check it out. The seat is moving higher up, and it is still moving high, and this is the topmost setting if you feel like driving this car this way. So अगर आपकी height कम है, I don't think you are going to have any problems in getting a good view from the driver's point of view. This driver seat, by the way, also gets 3 memory functions. तो अगर आप ये गाड़ी अपने family members के साथ share करने वाले हो, you can set your desired seating position so that you don't have to, make these changes every time you get behind the wheel. This driving seat position for me at the lowest setting is very comfortable. There is ample amount of headroom for me and this is good enough. This is comfortable enough. इस गाड़ी में आपको lumbar support adjustment भी मिल रही है, so the driver is getting a good enough room on this seat. Check it out, seats पे आपको काफी अच्छा lateral support भी मिलने वाला है, so it is going to keep you in place when you are driving this car enthusiastically. ये जो सीट है it is of a lighter shade, आप इसे ivory white कह सकते हो. I won't really call it beige. और यहाँ पे आपको ये perforation भी नजर आएगा. Looks nice and gives that starry kind of an effect. But this seat is going to be very difficult to maintain because it is just so light. आपको काफी ध्यान से इस गाड़ी को क्लीन करते रहना होगा. Then notice that on the roof console, यहाँ पे आपको LED cabin lamps दिए गए हैं. You have a hotkey which is for your SOS because this car comes with connected car tech. And this ambient light, by the way, अगर आपको ये नहीं पसंद आता है आप इसे बंद भी कर सकते हो. You have a quick access button over here. इन LED lamps का illumination जो है वो काफी अच्छा है and it is nice and soft. And you also have this sunglass holder जहाँ पे मैंने मेरा मास्क पोजीशन कर रखा है. And in terms of storage, this XUV700 is definitely quite versatile. लेकिन ये जो प्लास्टिक पैनल्स हैं इसकी क्वालिटी टच एंड फील के डिपार्टमेंट में थोड़ी बेहतर हो सकती थी. ये जो सन वाइजर है, check it out. You get a sliding cover for your vanity mirror. You get ticket holders as well. And you can also notice यहाँ पे भी आपको एक स्पीकर दिया गया है. This car is going to come with Sony sound system when you buy that optional kit. And it is going to sound fantastic on the inside. आपको immersive 3D sound system मिलने वाला है, which is going to give you that disco on wheels kind of an effect when you really enjoy listening to music on your long drives. ये जो sun visors हैं by the way, इस पे भी जो फैब्रिक इस्तेमाल किया है, I wish this was leatherette material क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको काफी ज्यादा दाग नजर आएंगे once you start your ownership experience. On the driver side also, you get this ticket holder. You get the ticket holder on the front end as well, but you do not get a vanity mirror on the driver side. लेकिन ये जो sun visor है इसे आप extend कर सकते हो. So if you think the sun is too harsh, you can move it around this way and drive the car comfortably without that glare from the sun. आज की तारीख में लोगों को sunroof ये फीचर काफी पसंद आता है and Mahindra is offering you a large sky roof in this XUV700. आप इसे ये बटन प्रेस करके भी ऑपरेट कर सकते हो. But if you don't want to make use of this button और अगर आपको थोड़ा show off करना है, you can use voice commands. So you can say, Alexa, open sunroof. And once you give this command, check it out. This massive sized panoramic sunroof is going to open by itself. You do not have to make any physical inputs. And this is a massive sized sunroof which extends all the way till the second row, and it also has a massive opening over here over the front seat occupants as well. So it is going to allow for a lot of wind in your hair experience if you like to drive this way. By the way, इस गाड़ी में आपको टोटल 12 स्पीकर्स मिल रहे हैं. You get a subwoofer as well, you have an amplifier as well. But this XUV700 misses out on electrochromic rear view mirror. I think that is a big miss क्योंकि ये फीचर काफी काम आता है जब आप इस गाड़ी को रात को चला लोगे because the streets are filled with idiots who drive with your high beam on even inside city limits. Now before I jump in the second row of this XUV700, आप देख लीजिए डोर ट्रिम्स पे आपको ये faux wood finish मिल रही है. Looks very nice and it feels good to touch as well, but of course this is not real wood trim over here on this door panel. डोर ट्रिम्स पे आपको काफी अच्छी स्पेस मिल रही है, so you can store a 1 liter bottle and there is ample space for other oddities as well. और डोर पैनल पे आपको ये ग्लॉस ब्लैक एप्लीक भी मिल रहा है. Now since this is a monocoque SUV, this is not too high and getting in and out is not going to be a problem at all. Also because the doors open nice and wide, तो आपको ingress और egress के लिए काफी अच्छी स्पेस मिल जाती है. So check it out. You can very easily step inside and get in this XUV700. अगर आपके फैमिली में बूढ़े बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, वो गाड़ी के करीब आके इस तरीके से सीट पे पहले बैठ के उसके बाद इस गाड़ी के अंदर आ सकते हैं and this will not be a problem for them at all. अगर आप इस XUV700 को खरीदने वाले हो and if you want to use this car as your chauffeur driven SUV, check this out. इस सीट पे, इस फ्रंट सीट के लिए आपको एक लीवर दिया गया है, this boss mode lever over here, और इसे आप यूज कर सकते हो इस फ्रंट सीट को आगे पुश करने के लिए। नाउ दिस सीट हैज बीन पुश्ड ऑल द वे फॉरवर्ड एंड चेक इट आउट, दिस इज द अमाउंट ऑफ लेग रूम दैट इज अवेलेबल। दिस इज फैंटास्टिक और इसमें कोई भी कमी नहीं है। दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी रिलैक्सिंग फॉर यू टू स्ट्रेच योर लेग्स एंड व्हेन यू स्ट्रेच योर लेग्स, चेक इट आउट, अंडर थाई सपोर्ट जो है वो भी काफी बढ़िया है एंड दिस इज अ वेरी कंफर्टेबल सीटिंग पोस्चर, सीटिंग पोजीशन। ये जो सीट बेंच है, चेक इट आउट, इट एक्सटेंड्स अ लिटिल ओवर हियर, सो दिस हेल्प्स इन गेटिंग दैट एक्स्ट्रा बिट ऑफ थाई सपोर्ट। ये जो सीट बैक है, बाय द वे, चेक इट आउट, you can adjust the seat back angle. This is the first locking position, which is not completely upright. You can still sit over here in this way and still leave for some extra room for the third row passengers, but then you can further push it back, and then this is the most relaxed seating position, and this is going to be very lounge like and it will also allow you to take a nice nap. और इस तरीके से जब आप यहाँ पे बैठ जाओगे इस मास्टर सीट में, विच इज द लेफ्ट साइड सीट इन द सेकेंड रो, दिस इज वेरी वेरी कंफर्टेबल और इसमें किसी को भी कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है। एक और चीज जो इस XUV700 की काफी खास है वो है इसका फ्लैट फ्लोर इन द सेकेंड रो। चेक इट आउट, दिस इज वेरी वेरी कंफर्टेबल। आपको अपने फीट पोजीशन करने के लिए काफी जगह मिल जाती है। दिस इज वेरी यूनिक, दिस इज वेरी कंफर्टेबल। आई हैव अ शू साइज 9 और फिर भी मुझे एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस यहाँ पे मिल जाती है टू मूव माई फीट। मेरी हाइट है 5 feet 8 inches and check it out, this is the amount of headroom that is available and this is really really good enough. There is a fixed type headrest as well for the third occupant, so this is going to protect you from whiplash injury and it is also going to offer you that extra bit of comfort if you want to take a nap. The other thing which you should notice is that the seat bench over here for the third passenger is not too raised, तो आप यहाँ पे आसानी से बैठ पाओगे एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू कीप दैट थर्ड पैसेंजर रियली रियली हैप्पी। आप 3 लोग यहाँ पे काफी आसानी से सफर कर पाओगे। आई थिंक 3 adults कैन easily sit in the second row of this XUV700. At least 3 lean sized adults can be very happy over here. दोनों ही फ्रंट सीट्स के पीछे आपको सीट बैक पॉकेट्स मिल जाते हैं। For the second row occupants, you have this AC vent over here. 2 AC vents आपको दिए गए हैं with this satin chrome finish. You also have a smartphone storage point over here and you have a USB Type-C charging point for you. And then when I sit over here behind my own driving seat position, check it out, I still have fantastic knee room that is available. There is very good foot room as well. ये ड्राइवर सीट जो है इसे मैंने पूरी तरीके से लोएस्ट सेटिंग पे सेट कर रखा है and I can still easily stretch my legs under the seat and there is nothing that is hurting my shin area. So this is really really comfortable. I think in the space management department, Mahindra has done a fantastic job and in terms of giving you that luxury feel, it is up to the mark. क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी आपको ये fake wood inserts नजर आएंगे on the door trim. You have this satin chrome finish, you have this gloss black detailing and of course you have this massive sized panoramic sunroof which extends beyond the second row actually, so it gives that nice sense of airiness and it also looks modern as per 2021 standards. यहाँ पे आपको एक armrest भी दिया गया है जिसमें आपको 2 cup holders भी मिल जाते हैं, so this is also going to be very very useful. And at times when you want to carry extra luggage, you also get a 60-40 split for the second row in this XUV700. तो आप काफी आसानी से इस सीट को फ्लिप कर पाओगे और इस तरीके से इसे टंबल फोल्ड भी कर पाओगे and then you will be able to access the third row cabin of this car. By the way, आपको इस सेकंड रो के लिए 60-40 स्प्लिट जरूर मिल रहा है and you can fold the seat back, लेकिन ये जो 60% सेक्शन है इस सीट का ये टंबल फोल्ड नहीं होगा। By the way, आपको दोनों ही साइड्स पे आइसोफिक्स माउंट्स दिए गए हैं in the back seat, so you can have 2 child seats at the back with you for your little family members. And then when you flip this second row, this is how it is going to be positioned and then you can just have a look at this third row of the XUV700. This car is going to be a 7-seater SUV and check it out, you have 2 50-50 split third row seats inside the cabin. And now let me jump over there and let me tell you everything about the space that is on offer. अभी जब भी आपको इस गाड़ी के थर्ड रो में एंटर करना है, this is the side that you will have to focus on. यहीं से आप अंदर जा पाओगे क्योंकि ये सीट जो है only this one is going to tumble fold to give you that access. So check it out how I get in. You can place your foot over here on this step and then crawl inside this XUV700. Check it out. I am seated over here and you have two adjustable headrests by the way. और यहाँ पे आपको adjustable seat back angle भी मिल जाता है, which you can adjust. And let me show you the arc that you get. So this is the first locking position, but this is very upright. You will not be comfortable seated in this position for a really long time. लेकिन अगर आपको थोड़ी ज़्यादा luggage space चाहिए with 7 seats in place with 7 occupants in the cabin, तभी आपको ये compromise शायद करना होगा. यहाँ पे third row passengers के लिए आपको AC blower control भी दिया गया है. You have a 12-volt charging point over here by the way in the third row cabin. You have cup holders for the third row passengers. You have speakers over here as well, and you have these two AC vents on either sides to keep you comfortable when you are being driven around in this particular seat. To keep you happy, to make this cabin look nice and airy, आपको एक काफी बड़ा quarter glass मिल जाता है, and this will not make you feel claustrophobic at all. And just so that you don't feel left out, you get these speakers over here as well. So the sound system is really good. I did listen to it and it was nice and immersive, and this is going to keep you entertained on your long journeys. Another thing which you should notice is that you get retractable grab handles for the third row passengers as well. इस गाड़ी में by the way जो आपको curtain airbags दिए गए हैं, they are extended till the third row. That is also a nice touch in terms of safety kit that this car is bringing to you. So do check out the safety video which we have uploaded separately on the Shifting Gears channel. Now let me pull this second row seat back in position. This right now is at the most upright locking position for the second row, and check it out. There is decent amount of knee room over here for an adult. मेरी height है 5 feet 8 inches and this is not completely tight. मैं यहाँ पे 2 से 3 घंटे का सफर तो आसानी से तय कर पाऊंगा. Check it out. There is room to position my feet over here as well. So it is not completely cramped and I think this place is decent for adults. Of course आप 6-7 घंटे का लंबा सफर यहाँ पे बैठ के तय नहीं कर पाओगे. बच्चे तो यहाँ पे यकीनन खुश रह पाएंगे. But even for adults, for a short road trip, this is a good place to be. एक और चीज जो आपने नोटिस करनी चाहिए is that my knees are not completely pointing upwards towards the sky. So this is a comfortable place to be. This is a reasonably comfortable place to be. Under thigh support इतना great नहीं है, but then that is typical of third row seats in any SUV. But overall in terms of space management and packaging, this is good enough. ये सेकंड रो जो है इसका सीट बैक आप एडजस्ट कर पाते हो, लेकिन सेकंड रो बेंच जो है वो आगे पीछे स्लाइड नहीं होता है. सो इससे ज्यादा स्पेस जो है आप यहाँ पे मैनेज नहीं कर पाओगे इन द थर्ड रो. नाउ एज यू माइट हैव नोटिस्ड, मैंने ये जो थर्ड रो है इसका हाफ सेक्शन फोल्ड कर रखा है. यू गेट अ 50-50 फोल्ड ओवर हियर फॉर यू टू कैरी एक्स्ट्रा लगेज व्हेन यू आर गोइंग आउट ऑन अ लॉन्ग ड्राइव. तो अगर आप 6 लोग इस गाड़ी में सफर करने वाले हो विथ लगेज, this is the scenario which you have to consider. This is the amount of space that you are going to get. When you look at it from the boot side, you will notice that there is not too much of boot space that is left behind this seat. लेकिन आप इस तरीके से यहाँ पे काफी सारे बैग्स जो हैं कैरी कर पाओगे. But of course, you will not be able to carry more than 3 to 4 medium-sized bags if you have 6 people on board. लेकिन आपको ये स्पेस जो मिल रही है, it is versatile enough. अभी अगर आपको लग रहा है that I am going to climb out from here, you are wrong. It is going to be very difficult. बच्चे जो हैं यहाँ से यकीनन आसानी से कूद पाएंगे, but for you, the grown-ups, you will have to take the sensible way out. And when you are trying to get out of this third row, आपको इस तरीके से इस गाड़ी में से उतरना होगा. It is a little tricky, तो बुजुर्ग लोग तो यहाँ पे नहीं बैठ पाएंगे in the third row obviously, and also those on the heavier side will not find too much of space left for them to crawl out. Right now you can check it out that the third row is in place. ये जो थर्ड रो का सीट बैक है इसे आप एडजस्ट कर सकते हो. सो चेक इट आउट. दिस इज द रेंज ऑफ मोशन. दिस इज द आर्क इन टर्म्स ऑफ द कंफर्ट दैट इज गोइंग टू बी ऑफर्ड टू यू, एंड यू कैन वेरी इजीली fold away this third row to get phenomenal luggage space for this XUV700. इस फ्लोर सेक्शन के नीचे भी आपको देख लीजिए सभी टूल्स जो हैं काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके से पोजीशन करके दिए गए हैं. But then the spare wheel is not over here because the spare wheel is mounted under the car. So it is going to be very tricky अगर आपकी गाड़ी जो है पंक्चर हो जाती है. So you will have to get down and dirty to fix that punctured wheel of yours. एक और चीज़ जो आपने नोटिस करनी चाहिए वो ये है that this XUV700 doesn't get electric tailgate operation. आपको मैन्युअली ही इसे जोर लगा के बंद करना होगा. So that's about it in terms of the features that are on offer on this new XUV700. Do you think this new Mahindra XUV700 is much better than the XUV500? क्या आपको पुरानी XUV पसंद आती थी? क्या आपको लगता है ये नई XUV700 उस गाड़ी के मुकाबले ज़्यादा मॉडर्न हो चुकी है? Compared to competition, do you think you have enough equipment on offer so that you can decide for this over the other cars in that particular price range? Goodbye guys. Subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press the bell icon, always drive safe, always wear your seat belts, and don't forget to check out the other videos which we have uploaded for this new XUV700. See you soon.